Hello, surface. So what does this recipe really need? I think it needs a little Asiago to make that baby sing. Send it to Jackie. Jackie is, it looks like, 15 from the farmer's market. We're in business. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Batali, and I'm at the Munchies Kitchen at the Vice headquarters in Brooklyn. Today on Moltissimo, I'm welcoming Jimmy Fallon. I mean, I hate spicy food. You know, I can't believe this. And Mary Giuliani. Today, we're making two fantastic dishes from Lazio, ravioli alla matriciana and pollo alla Romana.
Mario, good to see you.
Yummy,
Good to see you guys. Chin chin.
Chin, chin.
Chin, chin, chin.
Welcome and welcome. We're at the Vice headquarters at the Munchies Kitchen in the world's centerpiece of cool, Brooklyn, New York.
Why is this show on Vice? Why are we... Do we trade the food for, like, AK-47s? We're gonna marry the chicken and cocaine, and then... Get down! Everyone get down! We got the chicken. A passport that looks like a real chicken passport. And we got into places where that chicken would never, ever end up. You think that's an onion? Dream on!
Today we're cooking food from Lazio.
Lazio.
Where's Lazio?
That's where I spring break there last 4 years of my
Lazio is where Rome is.
At college.
And we're making two dishes. The first one I'm started is called pollo alla Romana.
There's a lot of steps in this recipe. It's a Rome joke. Woo!
So you guys are from similar geographies.
Yes, we are. And when I say Mary Giuliani, what you did on 9/11 was
Thank you so much.
Unbelievable. And seriously, and I'll never forget. Where do you mean we have similar?
Well, we share a Hudson Valley. Well,
I'm sorry to see
But
that.
I know, because I have a house in Woodstock. And everyone that knows that I might slightly know, you're like, bring Jimmy back! Bring Jimmy to Saugerties!
He left us!
He left us in Saugerties!
What a punk!
No, but you're...
Do you take the Amtrak?
The home... Of course I do.
That's my jam.
Best bar in the world, located in Saugerties on the corner, the
Exchange Hotel. Oh my gosh. We've been to the
This is
same
a bar
bar.
that serves you warm tequila from the warm glasses, and you kind of like it. You're
Yeah,
just like,
it
this
goes
is
with the
great.
warm beer.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
warm
Yeah,
beer.
and you leave with the tattoo.
Yeah.
They do everything for you.
Just so you know, guys, just so you know, here's what I did. We're making a chicken dish.
Yes.
I cut it into 12 pieces. I salted it with pepper and salt, and now I'm going to build the sofrito. Do you know what this is? Hold on, I'll give you a hint.
Cheek, pork cheek. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Ding,
Come
ding,
on,
ding.
man, come on. Ooh, God, you almost stabbed me.
So it's called guanciale. It's the lipid of choice in Roman cooking. When you go to Roman restaurants in Rome and you order a vegetarian dish, it's often that they would cook it in rendered guanciale fat.
There you go.
Because they don't consider guanciale meat. This is like a lipid. This is olive oil. This is
Best
what
burger I
you
ever
use.
had.
So as you build, as you cook, you always season as you go. Even though that guanciale has a nice amount of salt, it's going to become the salt in the dish. So I season the onions as I go in, I season the peppers as I go in, and I cook them always together in the sofrito, but not too long because we're going to braise all that brown chicken in a dish with a little bit of wine and a little bit of tomato paste.
So you have an advantage because you're a great cook as well.
I'm actually not that great a cook. What? No, I know.
I've had your
It's
food.
a misconception. My chefs are great cooks. I'm more of the dreamer.
Okay.
I eat like a 12-year-old, and I drink like a pirate.
Yes, I
no,
love
but
that.
I like
What do you mean you drink like a pirate? You mean you drink from a barrel when it's dark
No,
on the
she
boat?
drinks until one
No,
eye
I
is blurry.
just drink with an eye patch on.
Get me an Uber. So here's what makes me angry about Mario is that we can have the same ingredients, the same tools, the same pot, the same everything, but his tastes amazing.
He's just got it.
All right, so sofrito.
Sofrito.
Vegetables,
Sofrito.
guanciale,
Sofrito.
little garlic, a little peppers, always a little bit of wine. If you're cooking from Lazio, you should be using wine from Lazio.
This is where I make my mistake.
There you are.
They don't make that in a box anymore, do they?
They might, and there's nothing wrong with boxed wine. I think whatever makes you happy.
Thank you.
And then we use a little bit of crushed tomatoes, but not too much. I think in a braise, what's crucial is that you don't want it submerged in any sense. You want it to be just kind of up to the shoulders. Imagine you in a hot tub. That's how I want this chicken.
Dude, tell me that you both didn't imagine me in a hot tub.
Cue the hot
I
tub.
imagine you
walked in
both
the
in a
room.
hot
We have
tub.
a
moment I walked in
dream
the room.
sequence. The three of us in a hot tub.
Yeah, please, yeah.
So here's what I'm doing. I'm submerging that chicken up to its shoulders.
Yeah.
Just like Seamus O'Fwellyn. Now I'm gonna bring it up to the boil. I'm gonna put a top on it.
It's the Irish name for Jimmy Fallon. Seamus
Seamus
O'Fwellyn.
O'Fwellyn.
That's exactly right. We went to Ireland together, Mario and I.
That's right, we had a great trip.
We were cooking one night, and we went to the store to get like cooking stuff so we can cook like pots and stuff. Yeah. And the coolest thing ever is that we found an aisle with his pots in the aisle.
Ireland?
Oh, in Ireland. And
In
I'm like,
Dublin.
I gotta wait online and go to the cashier. I'm like pointing to his face on the pot.
They weren't that impressed with us. All right, so
That
now,
makes me nervous. I don't like that.
No,
like
see,
that.
that's the
That makes
skill.
me nervous. I
That
don't like
separates
that.
the women
It
from
bums
the
me
men.
out a
Like,
little
that's the...
This is why I'm happy where I'm
You
out in
didn't
the
even
restaurant and
look
not in the
down.
kitchen.
You didn't even look down
No, I would
once
cut
when
my
you did
finger
that.
off, and I have.
I'm a professional. I've seen Jimmy Fallon cut his hand before. So now we're gonna make a pasta based on bucatini alla matriciana. Amatrice is the town where sadly they had that big earthquake this year. The town was almost devastated, but they're gonna rebuild it. At all of our restaurants, every time you order a bowl of bucatini alla matriciana until Christmas, we're donating $5 to the relief fund, which is kind of cool.
That's great.
We're gonna make a dish based on that, which is traditionally bucatini alla matriciana, where you take the same guanciale, right?
Yeah.
Onions, a little hot chilies, and a little tomato paste, and cook it down till it's almost like an extract. It almost looks like a stain on the bottom of the pan. But we're gonna actually use that and make it into a ravioli filling. So we're not using tomato sauce. We're using doppio estratto.
Chili peppers and stain. That was my Lollapalooza in '96, and it was actually great.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna form raviolis out of it, right?
Are we gonna make them with our hands?
We're gonna make them with our hands.
I know it's just folding, but again, this is
You
why.
can do it. You can do it, Jimmy Fallon.
We already, whatever it is, I like the first
My
step.
mom used to make this with Oscar Mayer bacon.
And you know what? I think that is a fine substitute. I think any cured pork product is an excellent way to go, and I don't think there's anybody that should look down on Oscar Mayer bacon or any American bacon. Guanciale's a little bit funkier and a little bit more kind of ribald, as you would say, but let's say you couldn't go wrong.
Why is the chick opening the wine?
The chick, because you're a caterer.
The chick-
Fallon has already expressed that he might cut himself.
I don't want anything to do with opening
How's that?
or doing really anything but just drinking. Do you want me to do this?
No, it's...
It's already unleaded.
It's
All
already
you have to do is
open.
put the cork
Oh.
in.
Yeah, you two.
You feeling all right?
You two, I'm all right. That spritz is getting
Let me
to
give you the corkscrew.
Thank you.
All right, so here's what you do. You cook it, you cook it, you cook it. Then you cook it down and you let it get slow. Then you take it off and you allow it to cool. When you allow it to cool, then you zap it through the food processor, and this is what it looks like. I really thought that you had this in you.
I don't,
This is
I'm
insane.
not the strongest
Here.
wine opener.
Well, it's because you're pushing. You're supposed to go
No.
like this. You
gotta put it
were
higher.
trying to insert it
You broke it.
because you only put it in a
I
third
know.
of the way. Don't worry about it.
And I wrote a book called The Cocktail Party. I should be able to open.
That's all right. You
I should
didn't
be
write a
able to
book
open
called
bottle of
Opening the Wine. Don't
That's
worry
right.
about a thing.
I actually did, and no one bought it, but it was a detective novel. And you know what it was? Yeah, the murder weapon was the wine bottle. That was the twist. The cops were drinking it the whole time. Like,
I don't remember that book at all.
it barely came out.
So this is a wine called Pozzo d'Orico. It's an ancient varietal that's having a big comeback only in the wine geek world. Smell it. Look
What
at
is
the
it
golden color. Pozzo d'Orico.
It means urine sample in Italy.
It's a glance between apple and peach notes. What do you smell? Let's talk about wine tasting. There's nothing wrong.
We've done this in Ireland, and we was it Ireland or we went to a Michelin star restaurant in Ireland for Leaf Clover.
Do you remember the name of it?
Bonheur, Edge, La Moulin. Do I remember the name of the place? Yeah, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
It was an Irish-Scottish hamburger place, and we went around the table, and you said, you can't say anything wrong. And there was no wrong answer, and you made me feel very comfortable. And
So now's your chance.
smells like,
Smells like my grandmother's attic.
yes, wait, I've been in there, by the way. Wait, let me think. This smells like white wine to me. That's where everyone goes off.
Precisely, Mr. Fallon. White wine it is!
Yeah! Winner, chicken dinner. What? It actually is chicken dinner.
All right, so we're making raviolis. You ready? All right, so Fallon, tell me the greatest cooking moment on your show.
The first time on late night that you came on, did us a favor because we couldn't really book anyone, and we really needed your help, and because you're a friend of mine, and we had no electricity. We had to fake that the oven. Do
you remember that?
That the pots were on. And I think at one point you faked bacon sizzling, and you went.
You're absolutely right. You can look it up on the videotape. I'm cooking lobster, and we go out
It's totally
there,
raw.
and the water's
You
still
can see
hot.
through the lobster.
No, but the lobster was cooked. Like, I had cooked the lobster, and we had dropped the sauce just in case. I had dropped the noodle, and the water was warm, and it was a fresh noodle. And I'm like, look at it go, and I go. And Fallon's like, it's sizzling,
So
man.
janky.
It's
And everyone's like talking through their headsets, like, why is this not working? Like, I don't know, I can't believe this. Like, you're fired.
So I take the noodle out, and it's almost cooked. It's almost cooked. I put it in the pan, and I'm like, oh man, and then you toss it over the heat so that the sauce and the noodle come together as one. I do my little jam thing.
And then we went to commercial. I go, blah, 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 and you go, let's have it. And we both ate raw, hard pasta.
No,
Like,
it was good. It was good. Nobody complained.
no, no one complained.
All right, guys, you're supposed to be
Yes, okay.
mimicking my behavior.
Oh, I'm sorry, all right.
Now you're folding across toward you
Like
or away from
like
you.
a wonton.
No, like a ravioli, but you're good, you're good.
This is it.
Right, then you gently press across, right?
Yeah.
Then use your fingers and press
Eat
down
more
like
Chinese
that.
foods with my fortunes.
Hold on, Fallon. Dun, dun, dun.
See, you would never give me anything sharp.
I
You
am.
come on the show and you go, hey, I'm gonna cut this question, you go this, and you go, and you stir the sauce. You can stir the pot, Jimmy. You can
Look,
take the tongs
here's-
and pull it. I go,
here's
yeah,
your
I'm like, you
chance.
never give me anything sharp.
Here's your chance.
I
Look
am.
at you're shaking, you're quivering. So you go straight,
Do it.
straight across gently
You
and
can
slowly.
do this, Fallon.
Dude, this is what, we should be cutting this open with like a machine gun.
That's the Vice way.
I know, it's the Vice. I've seen Vice.
My grandfather would be so proud of me.
By the way, I've seen the other show. I love this show. I do love this show. I know Rosie Perez was on.
She's fantastic, isn't she? And Ben Anderson was on
You have
too.
to cook. You have to cook the chicken. You have to cook it at
Can you do that?
222 degrees. 222, and you chew.
You know, Fallon-
You don't chew the it's too chewy. I can't do this. This is too chewy.
And I love that part. That was my favorite
That
part.
was a really good part.
All right, so now, the raviolis are done. We're going to cook them, but because the raviolis, it won't
sweating.
take long.
It's very
This will
hot,
take a
right?
lot less time.
I have a little-
Hold on, hold on.
It is quite warm in here.
It's not that warm. Is
The
this warm?
steam, the steam
You know
coming
what?
out of your crotch.
So we season,
That's cocaine.
we
Yeah,
season
I've
the
seen
water.
Vice. That's
So the
cocaine from
salinity of what?
Colombia.
The salinity of what?
Solène de sel, fleur de sel.
It's the salinity of your blood.
Well, I didn't know that. I just walked in here. What are you varmints doing? Eating. Oh, Frida Kahlo. Fantastic.
This is how I
I love your painting.
This has always been my whole childhood. I had one eyebrow, and I looked exactly like Ralph Macchio.
See, I think we bring back the unibrow. I think it's
It was
good
a
one.
strong look.
You ready for the sauce?
Look at all that butter. Come on. That's the most butter I ever had in my kitchen as a whole for like a week.
Yeah.
My parents recently they went to Costco. By the way, have you ever been to Costco?
Oh, I've been a few times.
I don't get it. I think it's
Yeah.
too much.
It's a lot.
Everything.
It's a lot of
Too much
flavor.
everything
It's a
for me.
Well, it's good value.
I go home to visit my parents. They have ketchup the size of.
Very
it's like,
large
are you
ketchup.
running a carnival? Are you and Dad starting a carnival? And they did.
And they did.
And then my dad is P.T. Barnum. He's very famous.
All right, so the sauce is just butter for ravioli. We spent all this time making the filling interesting. That's really the kind of sauce for it. So now we're just gonna kind of
No
twist it
sauce.
lightly.
You want a brown butt.
A little butter, a little scallions.
I'm having such a Molto Mario moment right now.
Well, that's the idea. This show is about real cooking in real time. Jimmy Fallon was on that show.
Young Jimmy Fallon. This is before I had the toupee and the plastic
the whole
surgery.
thing, I know.
Yeah.
And the stylist.
This is like an optical illusion
I like
sweater.
it.
What it is, it's like MC Escher. You don't know
You get-
who's drawing what, or maybe you're not even in a room. Maybe I'm not wearing a sweater.
So you toss the noodles with the condiment, right? And then you take it off the heat. Because if you add the cheese on the heat, it will turn stringy.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
moment.
Come on now.
This is perfect.
This is just
You're a
heaven.
stud. You're a stud. No, this is.
MB.
Now, you made these.
MB.
I know,
We
yeah.
did.
We made it.
Mine's
This
the
is like
prettiest
insane.
one.
Isn't that fantastic? Now we're drinking it with, what was the wine that we're drinking?
This is a urine sample.
Ready? Hold on. Did that get stuck in your throat, Fallon?
Oh my God.
Piece of the cork.
That is a drop
One
of
piece of the
pork.
cork from the wine was
You okay?
Oh, oh, no.
Do you need that
Yeah,
Heimlich?
cork, what do you mean? Cork,
my
you can't
God.
swallow cork. It's meant to enclose things. I was choked.
Hold on.
You corked me.
Is that a scientific term?
So now we'll just do the show.
I'm much better. I'm much better. Let's try the pasta.
You are unbelievable.
This is.
Your life is off the rails, man. You are a 24-hour Bitmaster machine.
I love you. That's unbelievable.
Thank you. This is delicious.
It's the best.
So, all right, so tell me a little bit about where you came from in the catering business, Mary. How did you break into it? Coming, a young girl out of Georgetown University.
Well, if you can't join him, serve him. I was trying to be an actress. I was terrible.
Really?
No.
Were you in
actually,
plays?
I was an extra in the last days of disco. I
remember you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You did that? Yeah.
I had to dance for 2 days in a warehouse to no music. And I had to see Chloe Sevigny get fed, and then they'd feed the extras, like all the extra. So then I worked at a talent agency, and I got fired for submitting my headshot for the role of Meadow Soprano. I would have made an excellent Meadow Soprano. And then because I couldn't pay my bills, I got a job in a catering company on 5th Street in the East Village. And that's when it all came together. I just realized that I grew up in a house where all we did was eat and drink and have fun.
And sing songs.
And sing songs. Yeah. But it was where theatrics came together and helped truthfully making people happy by gathering with food and drink, which is basically what I love to do.
And you're fantastic at it.
Thank you.
Tell me about your grandma.
My grandmother was badass. Lucille was my grandmother from Queens, from Ozone Park, and she, in the 50s, went out to Montauk. I spent every summer working at her hotel and learning, and she was the best hostess, and she loved mixing people, which is a talent Mario has. She was like Captain Stubing. She was such a good businesswoman that she lost it all.
Was
That's
she a
why
gambler?
I sell pigs in a blanket for a living.
Dude, Irish caviar.
Yes.
Irish caviar, pigs in a blanket?
Oh, yeah. Dude, that is living it up.
right?
Pigs in the blanket.
Thanks.
I do it Christmas, Easter. Praise the Lord. Happy birthday, Lord. The Lord is risen. The Lord has spoken. He wants pigs in a blanket. People loved it.
So, Fallon, from high school, what did you do?
Started a catering business, and it didn't work out for me. I just went straight into like selling rip-off handbags.
And how'd that
You ever
work?
heard of Suchi? Suchi handbags? So I had a giant mansion in Trump Towers. I sold that. Then I bought a minor league soccer team. Go Cataracts.
And then you met Lorne.
I met Lauren Michaels, and we started an organic farm, and now we raise goats together, and we'll see what happens.
Is he passionate?
He's the best. Dude, Lauren Michaels is actually passionate, but he also, I think, like me and like you, and probably like you, and you don't probably say this, but I kind of enjoy problems. And I say that in the good way. Like, you don't want everything to be just perfect.
No.
You like problems where he's like, how do we solve that?
Right.
I remember being on Saturday Night Live going, you know, what are we gonna do with this thing? Oh, Lauren, we got 5 minutes, and Lauren's just like, Jimmy, just go out and do an impression of Van Morrison. Just do that. Can you just do that for 2 minutes? I go, sure. So I just go out and just goof off. I'm like, he's that calm, and I think you're like that too. When there's no power on at the show, where you're fake sizzling guancale when there's no sound effect, you have to be like that.
So how easy was it to get on Saturday Night Live?
I auditioned for SNL, and they called back. They said, "Look, we don't need Jimmy. We're looking for someone different." That year, they hired Tracy Morgan, which we're always up for the same parts. They called me back, and they said, "Yeah, have Jimmy audition again." It was a celebrity walkathon. There's different celebrities walking for charity, and it's like, you know, here's Jerry Seinfeld walking. He's like, "Why are we walking? We're all gonna end up at the finish line. Why don't we just take a bus? I'll meet you there for charity. Can't we meet at a spot for charity? Why are we walking? What a waste of time." You know, and stuff like that. And
Then they hired you right then. Come on, that was a
And
great
they-
win.
God, it's so good.
that was it right there. So I'm just very, very lucky. I was leaving Saturday Night Live, and Lauren said, you know, would you ever want to host a talk show? Because Conan O'Brien was leaving. And I go, no.
So we thought.
So, well, yeah. Well, no, I thought he was going to be around forever. And, you know, I don't know how those jobs work even. I was just thinking in my head, Saturday Night Live was it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm going to do. I go, maybe movies. I'm going to be a big movie star. And then you saw what my movies did.
Love the baseball one. Love the baseball one.
Yeah,
There
me
was one
too.
with like Queen Latifah or something.
There was definitely one with Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you enjoying the Costa Graya Piglio 2013?
Honestly, I thought it was Listerine. I had no idea what was happening.
Doesn't that smell as weird as it can be? This is a grape called Cesanese.
Very yummy.
It's from Lazio. It's a little funky in the back. It's gonna work really well with the
Not
chicken.
bad.
No, I like it. I like funky. Funky's good.
This is the
What if I
best.
just took a sip and...
What does it smell like?
Cheers.
Cheers.
So what I'm doing that's very interesting in the salad is that as opposed to using vinegar, I'm actually taking some of the sauce and mixing it with extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
I've taken some of the hearts of escarole and nepitella. Are you familiar with nepitella?
Don't I know it? My father was in the business. My grandfather was in the business.
Nepitella is
I
an
made a career out of
herb
nepitella.
that grows in the cracks of the streets of Rome.
I've been taking Rosetta Stone Italian. Ask me to say anything.
Anything, say anything.
Molto Mario.
Beautiful
Paradiso
life.
is that the kid is in love with film. And then the grandmother going. Anyways, I didn't see the end.
The Italian American
No
Club is
spoiler.
going to be spending a little visit at your house.
Oh, please.
Take some chicken,
I had-
take some peppers.
An incredible Italian mother who cooked dinner every single night. We had pasta first, meat, and then salad last. Every single night. And so
never
as a
did that.
kid, you rebel. And so I would run next door to Lauren Balkan's house, where her mother never cooked, was never home, let us smoke cigarettes in her basement,
Cool
and she
name.
had frozen
And you-
pizza.
And TV dinners.
Exactly. And it was like the greatest
That
thing
was
ever.
the most exotic thing of all time. How's your pollo alla romana?
All right, that tastes everything. I taste 100,000 things right
Gosh.
there. Peppers,
Peppers.
tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, but it's spicy.
Wine, little chilies,
Wine.
chicken.
Dude, that is just phenomenal.
Well, this is my dad every night after
Thank you.
puts his salad in the sauce. My mom makes it, and he puts the salad in the sauce.
Does she approve?
She does.
Do you call it sauce or gravy? A lot of people call it gravy.
Sauce. We call
This one's sauce. Gravy is if you're from Belleville,
This is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
How are you gonna know if you're having sauce from Belleville or not?
because you're not in Nutley. You been to Nutley? Nutley's gravy, Belleville's sauce.
It's simple. It's fiery.
Dude, it's so good.
So
it's
good.
delicious. I'm so jealous of everything you do. Because it's honestly, do you know what he can do? Do you know that he can tell when water's boiling without even looking at the water?
It's pretty amazing.
Do you know that you can do that?
I can.
I know.
You know why? I can hear it. Well, that was our Lazio dinner with our good friends Jimmy Fallon and Mary Giuliani.
It's over?
Chin chin motherfucker.
This is done. Dude, I love it. I know this is tough. We're on Vice, so hold on.
We're in the underground kitchen at the Disguise My Voice. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be making salad right now. But some dude is tossing his salad right in front of me. And you have no idea what I have to see and put up with. And you'll see it all. Check it out in the vlogs, Snapchat and Twitter and Vine, and catch us on Kulo. And you gotta see what's going on Geek Corp and Snorpchat. And then when you're over to Pantone and you wanna go down to 0000100 #.